Shaw was grilled on how it was that she found the bullet inside the house on October the 27th, 2014, a day after the incident, while investigators who combed the scene the same evening that Meyiwa was killed had found nothing. Police's handling of the crime scene was also questioned, specifically with regard to the kitchen door used by the alleged intruders to gain entry into the house.
So you discovered a bullet next to the entranceway in people were moving in and out of that house.
Behind the door and behind the glass jars.
And also it is the evidence for Mr. Mosia that he inspected the area wherein you found a bullet and he did not find it.
I understand.
The jars and at the area wherein you discovered the bullet, it was behind clear jars. Am I correct?
The jars are clear, but they had food inside.
The reason why Mr. Mosia did not find this bullet, it's because it was not there when he inspected the area, and it was planted by the people who were moving in and out of the scene after he had left and before your arrival.
Uyifumana kwam imbumbulu ndayifumana ngoba ndiske ndisuse ama-glass jars ndichifte izinto ezaziphezu kwekhabhathi.
Finding or how I found the bullet, my lord, was by shifting the glass jars as well as also shifting the other items that were on the top there.
Uba ndandingasetshanga nam ndilandele lo mnyango omoshakele ndijonge nje ngongasusi izinto phezu kwekhabhathi mhlambi ndandingenayibona le bullet.
If, my lord, I hadn't followed the trajectory as per the damage on the door, and if I hadn't moved those items, maybe I would also not have found that bullet.
Advocate Zandile Mshololo for accused number 5 says the door was never cordoned off.
Was that door not supposed to have been closed or to have been marked as a no-go zone area because of that borehole until further investigation is done?
Ngicacela ubuphando laliza kwenziwa njani umnyango uvaliwe ngoba into yayivaliwe crime scene.
I don't understand as to how would the investigation then have been done if the door had been closed, because the crime scene itself was cordoned off, but not the door.
And evidence that the defense says was crucial was left behind at the scene. This while the police officer was adamant that it had no evidential value.
Did you measure that piece? Which you are referring to it as a piece of wood depicted in photo number 127. What were the measurements of that wood?
No, I didn't.
We don't even know how long was it.
No, I never measured it.
Okay. We don't even know the color. What was the color?
I was number. It's brown.
Is that included in your statement? Did you include it that you also recovered a piece of wood and explained the color, the size of the wood that you recovered or you saw?
In Kugata Zayo was part of the statement, sir. If I had collected that piece, I would have written those details, but because I didn't, so I didn't.
Why you omitted to include such crucial information? That's crucial evidence.
The bagging of evidence also came under scrutiny.
It's easier and it's possible to tamper with the seal of that envelope, and it was put in a prescribed plastic bag that we have just displayed to the court now, on which you said it can be pierced by sharp objects. So in other words, what I'm saying to you is that it was possible, it was put into the bags of which it is possible to tamper, for someone to tamper with those envelopes. Both envelopes now, brown and the one that we have used.
Ukwazi temperature exhibit ingaphakathi kwe-envelope kwe-exhibit bag ngaphandle kokuba ude uqhaqhe le exhibit bag uyidabule.
You cannot tamper with something that is placed inside the exhibit bag, apart from now destroying or tearing the exhibit bag itself.
Colonel Sekheto Joel Ngomana, who is attached to the Springs Local Record Center, was then put on the stand. He went through the pocketbook entries of a previous witness warrant officer, Thabo Musia, including when Musia arrived at the scene. While Musia testified that he had left the scene and returned at about 6 a.m., his pocketbook states that he had actually returned at 10:25 a.m. Criselda Lewis, SABC News, at the High Court in Pretoria.